Why hyper individualism is for losers. Look, hyper individualists have invaded, I should say, society. Their view have invaded society, and it has become very gross. Really, it has. It has. It's become disgusting. The thinking there is really ridiculous among these hyper individualists, and America have always been this individualistic country. You know, it was founded on individualism, but hyper individualism or hyper individualists are losers. And let's get into why. The first reason, humans are social creatures. Okay? Humans are social creatures. No matter what you want to believe, or no matter how you try to go out there and think, oh, I'm an individual first, I'm an individual. You're really part of an ant colony. You're part of a group. Oh, I'm an individual. I'm an individual first. You are a part of a fucking ant colony. And the ant colony cares about the whole. They don't care about one individual ant. What are cities? What are nations? What are countries? Okay? There are groups. Alright? And any advantage humans have in this day and age are through being in a group. Come on, we're social creatures. We socialize. No matter how much antisocial you are, you still socialize with other humans, or you participate in social events, or social systems, or social institutions. And you can't get away from it. And if you try to get away from it, you can try. You can, but it usually doesn't end up well. Because any advantage that we have as humans, as a whole, is from us participating in a group. Okay? And you cannot run from the community. You cannot run from the group and still try to reap the benefits of said group. It's ridiculous. You cannot say, oh, I'm an individualist. Oh, I'm an individual first. But still benefit from being in a group. Still benefit from being in a city. Still benefit from being on social media. Still benefit from being a part of a nation. A part of a social group. A part of a race. A part of a class. It just doesn't make any sense. And listen, you'll never be alone in this world, no matter how much you try. I've been to a lot of places, and I realized that when they say that, oh, it's this many humans on Earth, or it's that many humans on Earth, they're lying. Oh, it's 1 billion people in the world, they're lying. We don't know how many people are on this world. I've been to places where the roads were so bad, no cars could even get there. There's no electricity. There's no doctors. There's no cell phones. The people have not even know what a teacher is or doctor is or anything like that. You can't even get there through a car because the roads are so bad. You need to use a bike. You have to walk there. Or a boat. Remote villages, remote places. Not even small groups of people, big groups of people who the government in that country is not even counting. They don't even have the resources to count these people. They don't even have the resources to build a bridge or to build a road to get to these people, to count them. So how do you know that there's a billion people on this planet? How do we know that? Do you really think that these third world countries are counting all of these people in their country? Do you think these third world countries have the resources and have the infrastructure to count everybody in their country? Think about it. Do you think America has the resources to count every single person in the country? The notion of it is ridiculous. Because everywhere you go, there are people. Okay? Even in the most inhospitable places, there are people living there. Even in the most craziest places, okay, where the infrastructure is horrible, there are people, okay, surviving. Some would even say thriving. So you'll never be alone, okay? But let's go into the second reason, the poster child. I want to discuss, the poster child of these hyper individualists. Nikola Tesla. Now, we always hold up Nikola Tesla as this great inventor, great person for humanity. He was awesome. He was individual that did this and did that. And look, let's stop it. Because the guy was the LeVar Ball of his time. Nikola Tesla is the LeVar Ball of his time. Trust me. Yeah. This is going to be very controversial. Let me ask you a couple questions. What practicality did he himself give his inventions? What practicality did he himself give his inventions? All of his inventions were either stolen from him, misappropriated, or either used by someone else and made practical by someone else. You want to know why? Because Nikola Tesla did not work well with people. He did not know how to bring people together. He did not know how to get people together for a greater goal. He did not know how to do that. He did not have any social capital. Yeah, he knew a lot of rich people. Yeah, he got a lot of high-profile jobs. But he could not bring people together to accomplish a goal. And that's the characteristic of any great leader. Thomas Edison did not invent the light bulb himself. And he will never tell you that he did. But he knows how to bring together a bunch of people to complete a goal. He knows how to motivate people. He knows how to set out on the task and pick the right people for the task. If he don't have the skills to do it, he know how to grab the right people and bring them together so they can accomplish the goal with him. But what was Nikola Tesla? Nikola Tesla, he couldn't do any of that because he was not good with people. He was overhyped. Yeah, he invented a lot of things. Yeah, he had a lot of great ideas, a lot of great inventions. He gave a lot to science, but he did not make any of it practical himself. Or he did not bring together a team of people to make his ideas practical, to actualize his ideas, to actualize his inventions. He's overhyped. And he died broke because he could not actualize his ideas. He died broke because he had no social skills. He did not like being around people. He could not communicate well with people. He could not talk with people. See, it's not enough to just have money. It's not enough just to be smart. It's not enough just to be creative. Especially with people in my generation, they think it's just enough to be creative. It's just enough to be smart. It's just enough to be hardworking. No, you have to have some type of social capital. You have to get out there and know how to bring people together and know how to talk to people, know how to motivate people, know how to work into a team, know how to, okay, if you don't have the right skills, then to see and assess someone who does and bring them on board. Nikola Tesla was a failure. I'm sorry to say this, people, but he was a failure. He could not actualize any of his goals and he died broke. Because he was a hyper-individualist. He had hyper-individualistic tendencies. Everything of value he gave to humanity was made practical by someone else. So the third thing, usually hyper-individualists add very little value to others. They're self-interested. That's why hyper-individualists, they don't really complete anything big. This is why they're losers, because they don't complete anything big. They don't accomplish anything big because they do not add value to the people around them. They're self-interested. They're very selfish. Really. They're very selfish people. They're only interested in themselves. And when it came down to it, they're not the type of people that lay down for the team. They're not the type of people that are sacrificed for a team or sacrifice for a goal or sacrifice for a long-term vision. The only sacrifices they make are for themselves. Okay? They really only care for themselves. The fourth thing, anyone who has accomplished something big did so within a group. Steve Jobs did not accomplish things by himself. He did so within a group. Even Apple in his younger days, he did it within a partnership. It was Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak. Steve Jobs was the designer, the seller, the producer. Steve Wozniak was the programmer, the one who focused on execution. Okay? You have Bill Gates. Bill Gates and Paul Allen. Okay? Bill Gates did not create Microsoft in a vacuum by himself. He did so within a group. Okay? He started Microsoft with Paul Allen. And Steve Ballmer. I'm sorry, I'm really jacking up his last name, but it was the three of them. It was a group of people who started that company. Okay? Even Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan he didn't win championships until he started passing the ball. He was a great player. But he became a champion until he involved his team. When he involved his team, that's when he started to win rings. You need to realize that anything great happens within a group. Okay? All of the people that you see accomplish a lot of things and great things, they do so within a group. Thomas Edison. Okay? Thomas Edison had a team behind him, and he hid the team. He didn't let people see the team, but he wasn't going around saying that he did it all by himself. And that's why people need to read. See, a lot of hyper individualists, they don't really, they are quick to say, oh, Steve Jobs did it by himself and none of these people, they accomplished it. But they don't really read. And as an entrepreneur, to be successful, you have to read about people who are successful. And that's how you understand that, hey, in order to accomplish something big, I need to do it within a group. I need a team. Yeah, it might cost me to hire this person, but if this person is going to help me do this so I can focus on growing the company, then that's what I need to do. I need to hire more people. I need to have this type of person on my team. I need to have that person on my team. Because in order to accomplish something big, you need a team. You don't accomplish nothing big by yourself. Name one person who have accomplished anything big by themselves. Put it in the comment section. I'm challenging you. I'm challenging anybody because I know I didn't start winning big until I invested in a team. And that's what hyper individualists don't understand. They don't read about these people who accomplish big things because they're not interested in people who accomplish big things. They just want to drop their name, and they're comfortable with using the inventions that they have created and benefiting from the services that they've created and the products that they've created, but they don't care about being within the team. They don't care about it. They don't read about it. And that's why they don't accomplish anything big. Number 5, when you start to travel, you realize that people judge you based on your group. People judge you based on your group. If you're American, people will judge you based on Americans, based on what they think Americans are like about. If you're black, if you're white, you're going to be judged on that. If you're black, you're going to be judged on that. If you're an American, you're going to be judged on that. If you're Nigerian, you're going to be judged on that. Okay? If you're from Mexico, you're going to be judged on that. If you're from the Ukraine, you're going to be judged on that. If you're from Germany, you're going to be judged on that. People judge other people based on their group. They don't see, oh, you're individual, so let me judge you as an individual. No. No, that doesn't work. Now, when they get to know you, yeah. But if a person does not know you and they have not heard anything of you, when they first meet you, they're going to judge you based on what they know from your group. And a lot of hyper individualists do not really travel outside of their region. They don't travel. They are Americans who go to Jamaica and they think they've traveled. They're Americans who go to the Bahamas and they think they've traveled. They're Mexicans who go to California and they think they've traveled. They're Europeans who might go to Malta. They're Europeans who might go to Iceland. They're Europeans who might, even go to America and they think they've traveled. No, go somewhere where you are uncomfortable. Go somewhere where nobody knows you. Go somewhere where the experience is completely different. And you will see they judge you based on a group. Whatever group you belong to, that's what they will judge you from. The last thing, the modern hyper-individualist preaches ideology that has so many thinking errors. The modern hyper-individualist is on social media. They're an individual that's on social media with a social media platform. They're hyper individualist that's on YouTube. They're hyper individualist that's working in a group like structure. They have a title in their job, and they're hyper individualists. They're hyper individualists who uses the grocery store to get their food. Like, come on. They don't kill their own food. They don't make their own clothes. They don't build their own house. They don't really do anything for themselves. They're benefiting from the group. But they want to claim how they're an individual. They're an individual first. I'm an individual first. I'm an individual. But yet, when your ass get hungry, you take your ass down to Kroger's. Or Walmart. Or wherever you go. But wherever you go, someone is cooking for you. Someone has prepared the food for you. And you have to do little to nothing for the meal. They're hyper individualists who don't even make their own clothes. Don't even make their own shoes. They're hyper individualists who screaming how they're an individual first on a social media platform within a group. So many fucking thinking errors. I told you it was gross. I told you it was disgusting. So many thinking errors. Really. Really. Like, come on. Hyper individuals are losers. They don't accomplish anything big. They are self-interested. They do not care for any type of group. They are selfish people. It's the gutsy entrepreneur. Stay vigilant.